For centuries, maps told the story of power. Vast empires marked in bold colors dictated the fate of nations. Armies clashed on physical battlefields. Power was tangible, rooted in land and resources. Today, the atlas of power is being redrawn. The new battlefields are virtual, fought with algorithms and data. The empires of the 21st century are not bound by geography. They are the tech giants, wielding influence that transcends borders and redefines our very understanding of power. These companies, with their billion-user platforms, command resources that dwarf many nation-states. Their reach extends into every aspect of our lives: communication, information, entertainment, commerce. They are shaping our values, our perceptions, and our realities. This is not a dystopian future, but our present reality. We must learn to navigate this new terrain, to understand the language of this new power, and to ensure that it serves humanity, not the other way around. The rise of tech giants is not a historical accident. It is the result of a confluence of factors: the exponential growth of computing power, the ubiquity of the internet, and the explosion of data. These companies control the platforms that connect billions of people. They own the algorithms that filter and shape the information we consume. Think of Google, the gatekeeper of knowledge, indexing and ranking the vast expanse of the internet. Facebook, the architect of our social connections, mediating friendships, relationships, and communities. Amazon, the master of commerce, shaping our consumption patterns and dictating the terms of trade for countless businesses. These are not just companies. They are empires of code and algorithms, shaping the digital landscape in their image. Their power lies in their ability to harness data. Every click, every search, every interaction on their platforms is a data point, a piece of the puzzle that allows them to build intricate profiles of our desires, our fears, and our behaviors. It is a power that surpasses traditional forms of control. Understanding their influence requires understanding the language of data, the algorithms that process it, and the implications of this new power dynamic. Data is the new oil, but unlike oil, it is infinitely renewable and constantly multiplying. Every interaction in the digital realm generates more data, creating a feedback loop that further strengthens these tech giants. The more data they collect, the more effective their algorithms become, leading to more users, more engagement, and even more data. This cycle of data dominance creates a formidable barrier to entry for competitors and cements the power of these companies. Consider the impact of this data on our daily lives. Algorithms curate our news feeds, determining what information we see and how we perceive the world. They suggest products and services, shaping our consumption habits and influencing our economic choices. They connect us with friends and colleagues, shaping our social circles and influencing our social interactions. The pervasiveness of their influence is staggering. This raises profound questions about accountability, transparency, and the concentration of power. The internet was once hailed as a democratizing force, a space where information flowed freely and power was distributed. While it has certainly empowered individuals and given voice to the voiceless, the rise of tech giants presents a paradox. The very platforms that promise to democratize information have, in many ways, become gatekeepers of knowledge, shaping and filtering what we see and how we understand the world. Social media platforms, once seen as virtual town squares where diverse voices could converge, are increasingly becoming echo chambers, reinforcing existing biases and polarizing public discourse. The consequences for democracy are profound. The power to control the flow of information is the power to shape narratives, influence opinions, and ultimately sway the course of events. Algorithms are the invisible architects of our digital lives. They determine what we see, who we connect with, and how we navigate the online world. These complex mathematical formulas, often shrouded in secrecy, have become the arbiters of our digital existence, shaping our choices and influencing our perceptions in ways we may not even realize. Consider the algorithms that power our social media feeds. They prioritize content based on our past behavior, creating filter bubbles that reinforce our existing biases and limit our exposure to diverse perspectives. This can lead to increased polarization, the spread of misinformation, and the erosion of trust in institutions and experts. The very tools that connect us can also divide us, creating echo chambers where dissenting voices are silenced and critical thinking is stifled. The algorithms that govern our online experiences are often designed to maximize engagement and drive profits. This can lead to the prioritization of sensationalized content, clickbait headlines, and addictive design features that keep us glued to our screens. We need to move beyond the current paradigm of engagement and profit maximization and towards a more human-centered approach to technology. The power of tech giants is undeniable. They have revolutionized communication, democratized access to information, and connected billions of people across the globe. They have fueled innovation, created countless jobs, and driven economic growth. Yet this immense power comes with profound responsibility. A responsibility that is not always acknowledged or fulfilled. The peril lies in the potential for abuse, for the erosion of privacy, for the manipulation of our thoughts and behaviors, and for the concentration of power in the hands of a few unelected individuals. We have seen how these platforms can be used to spread misinformation, to sow discord, and to undermine democratic institutions. The very tools that empower us can also be used to control us. The challenge we face is to harness the power of technology while mitigating its potential harms. This requires a fundamental shift in our thinking, a recognition that these companies are not merely neutral platforms, but powerful actors with a profound impact on our lives. One of the most pressing challenges posed by tech giants is their lack of accountability. Unlike governments, which are accountable to their citizens through elections, or traditional media outlets, which are subject to journalistic ethics and regulatory oversight, these companies operate in a relatively unregulated space. Their algorithms are often shrouded in secrecy, their data collection practices lack transparency, and their immense power is largely unchecked. This lack of accountability is particularly concerning given the increasing influence these companies wield over our lives. They control the information we consume, the products we buy, and the people we connect with. They shape our perceptions of the world, influence our political opinions, and mediate our social interactions. We need to develop new frameworks for governance, new mechanisms for transparency, and new ways to ensure that these companies are held responsible for the impact of their products and services. The rise of tech giants is not an isolated phenomenon. It is part of a broader shift in the global balance of power, a shift away from traditional nation-states and towards a multipolar world where non-state actors, including multinational corporations, NGOs, and even individuals, are playing an increasingly influential role. The digital revolution has eroded the traditional barriers of geography, ideology, and even time, creating a more interconnected and interdependent world. In this new world, power is more diffuse, more fluid, and more difficult to grasp. It is no longer solely defined by military might or economic dominance, but also by the ability to control information, shape narratives, and influence behavior. Tech giants, with their vast resources, global reach, and mastery of the digital realm, are uniquely positioned to thrive in this environment. Navigating this complex landscape will require new ways of thinking, new approaches to governance, and a renewed commitment to international cooperation. The future of power is not predetermined. It is a future that we are actively shaping through our choices, our actions, and our inaction. The rise of tech giants is a wake-up call, a reminder that power is never static, that it is constantly evolving, and that it is up to us to ensure that it is used responsibly and ethically. The choices we make today will determine the world we inherit tomorrow. We can choose to embrace the potential of technology to empower individuals, to foster human flourishing, and to create a more just and equitable world. We can harness the power of artificial intelligence to solve some of humanity's most pressing challenges, from climate change to poverty to disease. Or we can allow technology to be used to concentrate power, to exacerbate inequality, and to erode our freedoms. The future is not a destination, but a direction. We have the power to choose our path. The rise of tech giants is a story about technology, but it is also a story about us. It is a story about our hopes and fears, our dreams and aspirations, our values and priorities. The technologies we create are a reflection of ourselves, our biases and our blind spots. They amplify both the best and worst aspects of human nature. To navigate the challenges of the digital age, we need to look beyond the code, beyond the algorithms, and beyond the devices themselves. We need to engage in a deeper conversation about the kind of world we want to create, the values we want to uphold, and the future we want to build. The future is not something that happens to us, it is something we create. Let us create a future worthy of our humanity, a future where technology empowers us, connects us, and inspires us to build a better world for all.